G'day mate, Cobby here. Happy New Year. Welcome back to another Icon Swaps player review on the channel. Today, by popular demand, we're going to be focusing in on the Netherlands man, Clarence Seedorf. 85 rated centre midfielder. Just a really good box-to-box player. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills. You'll also note the high work rates on the card, which means that you're going to be using up all of that 86 stamina. In fact, I am a little bit worried about the 86 stamina. Right now, I've just got him on basic chemistry, on 10 chem. And you can see just with basic chem, he gets pretty solid around the board upgrades to his stats. It makes his finishing just that little bit more polished. It makes him also have just slightly better passing. But all around here, there's not really any faults with the card. He can kind of do everything. He's got decent aggression, decent strength. He can defend, he can attack, he can shoot. You can play him box to box. You could try and even play him cam if you really wanted to boost up those like finishing stats. If you actually put a sniper on him, he goes to 87 rated as a striker or 88 as a centre forward. It really just kind of improves that dribbling ball control aspect, and of course brings the finishing right up. His most popular chem style that's been used by people is Engine. A person asked me in the comments in the last video, how do you check that? Just scroll down the bottom and you can see Engine's 35%, followed by Shadow. So people looking to kind of play him as a box-to-box, or maybe sometimes as a CDM as well here, with the Shadow. I mean, you could play him as a CDM. He's 5'9", so he's a little bit diminutive. His defensive stats aren't particularly the highest. I feel like he's best used as kind of that box-to-box centre midfielder, because he can do it all. And with the high, he'll just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny all game long. So they're the stats there. I'll probably either look to use him as basic or engine. I'm going to go pick up one now. Currently, he's going for 450k on the Xbox, or 10 tokens altogether, or 490 on PlayStation. I'm currently playing on Xbox, or 10 tokens. So we're going to see, is he worth it? Is he worth the 10 tokens? Before I go and dive into the gameplay, I wanted to quickly take a look at the fact that Seedorf is an 89 rated cam when he has 10 chem and the right chem style on him, and that matches up pretty closely to Paul Pogba, who's 88 rated base card in game before you put chem style on him. So with them both on 10 chem and 100 team chemistry, you can see that Seedorf has more total in-game stats, more total stats. He's quicker. He has pretty similar finishing stats and long shot stats, but when it comes to his vision and passing, it falls a little bit short compared to Pogba, but where he starts to shine is in the dribbling category. He has far better balance, as well as better agility and reactions, but I found that balance was a really big issue when I reviewed Socrates. If you haven't seen the Socrates review, I'll put a link to that one at the end of this video, so you can go back and watch that if you want to see whether he was worth it or not. And then finally, his defensive stats shine a little bit more than Pogba, Pogba having one more stamina than him. So very interesting that they have pretty similar stats, but Seedorf does trump Pogba in pretty much every area, and other than the fact that Pogba has 5-star skills. But there's a big price difference there, and of course you can pick up Seedorf just with tokens. You don't need the coins. So let's jump into the gameplay now and see how he gets on. So I've gone and just chucked him into a La Liga first owner team to try and knock off this objective to get one of the icon swaps done at the same time. First thoughts on the card. Seedorf is great. I enjoyed playing with him. I managed to play 5 games, and throughout that time I got a really good feel for the pros and cons of the card, even down to like his attacking positioning, his strength, aggression, stamina as well. The 86 stamina did show its ugly side in the latter parts of stages, particularly when I went on high press, but I did really like his tight net dribbling. I thought that he had some terrific slip passes. He could definitely get a burst to space and beat the defender. Has nice little scoop turn skill moves on him. His finishing is a worry. He's not putting away enough shots for my liking. If you're looking for like an end game player in Seedorf, I can tell you right now confidently, you do not have an end game player here. Due to the fact that he's got that 86 stamina, it's not enough. When these cards come out that are team of the year, team of the season, they are going to definitely trump him when it comes to stamina. So stamina was an issue. Finishing, he wasn't finishing enough opportunities to my liking. He has good set pieces, corner kick, free kicks, they're okay. I wouldn't have him on set pieces. There's better players out there. you could see I couldn't get the ball quite into that little corner, which, you know, if you've watched my Pack to Glory series or even the last icon that I reviewed, I slipped away the free kick. Free kicks are definitely doable this year, and he didn't quite have that free kick accuracy. I just threw this little side clip in a bail, me hitting the post. I don't know if you guys have been hitting the post, shooting near post recently. Near post has been OP this year, but for some reason, the near post shots seem to be hitting the post like consistently at the moment. So I don't know what is going on there. As I try a long distance finesse with him, it doesn't quite find the corner with his long distance shooting. I would compare his long distance shooting to about that of a Christian Eriksen. He isn't quite on the De Bruyne levels of long shots. He's definitely better long shot than, say, a Kante if you were trying to compare two CDMs. And he often doesn't put away the shot. Usually it's more of a rebound. If it's not a clear-cut chance, you won't find him putting them away. And I did have finisher on him to begin with, because that's what I bought him. He had that on him when I bought him, and then I put a sniper on him after that as well. And it just seemed like the finishing wasn't quite there. You can see again, working a decent near post opportunity, and he couldn't quite find the back of the net. So the pros of the card: really, really good at interceptions. I won the ball back with him time and time and time again. I played him side by side with Blanc, and I've even gone and then checked his stats as opposed to Blanc, because he felt so much faster than Blanc, and Blanc actually has more sprint speed and pretty similar agility and balance and acceleration. So I don't know why he feels quicker than him. Maybe just because he's shorter, and that may be like a thing in this year's game. I know a lot of people have talked about the height of cards and how that's been a big factor in the card. So I definitely feel like he's quicker. Like you can see, he zips around and wins the ball back there really quickly for me in the 45th minute to stop that counter. He's got really nice passing. Like he moves the ball quickly into the right space. He finds feet or puts a nice weight on the ball consistently. So if you're looking for like that box-to-box player that can win the ball back and then open things up and kind of run all game long, or run until about the 80th minute when he starts to steam out, it's definitely your man. He's not a cam. He is not a cam. He has some decent dribbling on him. Obviously, he's got the skill moves, but the finishing and just that upper tier level, it isn't there. He's not going to stack up as opposed to some of the other bigger cards. I guess it's also an important moment to talk about where I'm at in the game as well. So I currently play Div 4 in Rivals. All the gameplay footage you've seen is in Rivals against pretty solid opponents. Most of the people I played against did have Foot Champs red pick cards in their team, and I'm playing with a relatively weak side here compared to some of the other people that I played against. And he did hold up well, and I kind of have done the best I can with him for my ability level with the game. So I'm sure if you're watching like a pro player or someone who's kind of Div 1, Div 2, you might see a little bit more from his card and what his card can do. But I found that, he was very capable. I would say at 450k, is that if you were to say not doing icon swaps and looking to go and buy a player to put into your team, is that the best way to spend your cash? That's a really hard call. You can see him steaming out here in like the 85th as well, not getting the breakaway. I like that clip, how he just won the ball back here in the 78th to the counter. I didn't even press tackle, and he wins that back with the aggression. And then we go ahead and I nearly score. But I digress back to, and as I talk about this, you'll see him score a nice, decent finesse long shot there and then miss one directly after. So about 50-50 I'm getting at the moment with long shots with him. So at 450k, I would say no, I wouldn't spend 450k, but I would use 10 tokens. I feel like he is, as far as tokens go, if you want a player now, he's worth 10 tokens. I would do him for 10 tokens if you don't want to wait and do all 20 odd and go and get one of the upper tier players. I think at 10 tokens, he has my stamp of approval. That's all from today's episode. If you want to see any of my other reviews or the first owner only RTG, please have a look at the videos. Subscribe if you'd like. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.